health insurance quote.
Heartland Service and Tire is your one-stop shop for all vehicle maintenance and repairs. Locally owned and operated, Heartland Service and Tire works on all makes and models. Located at 232 South Marshall Road in Shakopee, you can expect a friendly and welcoming atmosphere while our certified trusted experts provide exceptional service. This winter, Shakopee Sabres score big at Heartland Service and Tire. Now valid through the end of March. Schedule your appointment today with Heartland Service and Tire at 232 South Marshall Road in Shakopee.
Is your child struggling with learning, emotional, or behavior challenges? This does not mean you have a bad kid. Instead, it may be time to take a brain-based perspective of why with the clinically proven Brain Blossom program. Exclusively offered at Delightful Chiropractic in Shakopee, Dr. Kristen Hager is a certified pediatric chiropractor partnering gentle care with the brain-based games and exercises of the Brain Blossom program. Scan the QR code on the screen or visit delightfulchiropractic.com to learn more.
For over 22 years, Chad and Sarah Hubner with Edina Realty have been your trusted experts in the Prior Lake, Savage, and Shakopee communities. As full-time agents, they offer complete focus and dedication to your real estate journey, ensuring nothing is overlooked. Their extensive experience with all property types and market conditions guarantees you personalized and exceptional service. From staging and professional photography to social media presence and exclusive access to Edina Realty's non-MLS database, Chad and Sarah provide a wide range of services. Visit chadandsarah.com today. Chad and Sarah are also proud supporters of Laker athletics and high school sports.
There are lots of reasons to want a big backyard. At Truestone Home Mortgage, we all agree dog birthday party is at the top. Great home loans, expert help, and a focus on what matters to you. It's true, because we're Truestone.
And welcome you inside to the Dakota Ice Center. We're here in Prior Lake, Minnesota. It is hockey night here in Prior Lake. Rivalry matchup that pits a top 10 ranked Shakopee team against Prior Lake in a matchup between the Lakers and the Sabres. Welcome in, everybody. I'm Matt Dean here for our Fox 9 Prep Game of the Week. Glad you could tune in for this one. Shakopee come in as one of several preseason favorites expected to make some noise and potentially march on to their second ever state tournament trip in school history this year. The Sabres come in out to a 2-1 start. They dropped from 5th to 8th in this week's Let's Play Hockey poll. Their only blemish on their record so far, a 5-2 defeat to the then top 5 ranked Rogers Royals in their second matchup of the year. The Sabres bouncing back with an 8-1 rout of Gentry Academy coming off the Thanksgiving holiday, with the most recent victory for the Sabres coming on Saturday. Loaded Shakopee team, one of the deepest groups in the state, led by a frontline player in Cooper Simpson, the Sabre captain. Right now is one of 4 players with 6 points on the season in Shako, led by a 7 at the top of the card from Tristan Wasson-Gesso, Cooper Simpson's line mate. The Prior Lake Lakers out to a 2-0 start. They had to overcome a 2-0 first period deficit in their opener at Centennial, settled in Game 2 where they beat the Farmington Tigers in their conference opener on Saturday. Both final scores 4-2 for the Lakers. They're hoping to upend 8th-ranked Shakopee in our Fox 9 Prep Game of the Week. We'll step aside one final time. Come on back for the starting lineups and the puck drop next, here from the DAC in Prior Lake.
Primary ENT and Allergy is proud to offer same and next day adult and pediatric services to the Shakopee, Prior Lake, and Savage communities. We are also the only ENT urgent care clinic in the entire Twin Cities. To schedule a visit with one of our providers for you or your family's ENT allergy or asthma needs, visit primaryent.com or text 952-395-2500.
Stroll the Wilds, where businesses meet neighbors.
Hi, I'm Melissa. I live in the Wilds now for 13 years with my family. I really enjoy getting the Stroll the Wilds magazine every month. Some neat articles about the families that live in our community, and I also really enjoy reading the travel section.
Supporting Stroll the Wilds allows homeowners to connect with their neighbors, all while giving Standard Heating the opportunity to showcase our services, our specials, and our incredible team to a brand new target audience.
Stroll the Wilds, where businesses meet neighbors. Call now to get started.
Are you a weekend warrior, a routine walker, an avid athlete, pickleball anyone, or a student athlete who just loves to play sports? At St. Francis Sports Medicine, they offer a comprehensive range of services to help you get back to your game pain-free and safely. They evaluate and treat most sports injuries with personalized care plans that suit your specific sport and style of play. Don't let sports injuries keep you from doing what you love. See how St. Francis can help you and visit stfrancis-shakopee.com. You've known McNerney Schmidt Funeral and Cremation as your friends, neighbors, and community members, providing exceptional service for grieving families during their time of loss. They provide traditional funerals, cremations, and memorial services, and can guide you through all the choices you may want to consider, including environmentally friendly options, celebrations of life, and more. You can always count on McNerney Schmidt for their guidance for all end-of-life planning. McNerney Schmidt Funeral and Cremation, proud supporters of Sabres Athletics.
Shakopee Chevrolet have been serving the Shakopee community for over 60 years and are a proud supporter of Sabre High School and youth sports. When you choose Shakopee Chevrolet, you can count on an easy car buying experience with great selection, simplified pricing, and no gimmicks from a family-owned dealership that's cheering on the Sabres right with you. Visit their showroom on First Avenue in downtown Shakopee or visit ShakopeeChevrolet.com today. Go Sabres.
Hey there, Shakopee sports fans. Are you looking to find your dream home or right-size your space? I'm Kathy Young with eXp Realty, and I specialize in making real estate dreams come true. I enjoy working with first-time homebuyers, seniors that are looking for a home that fits their lifestyle, and families at all stages in between. Building strong, personalized relationships is my top priority, ensuring you feel confident and informed throughout the process. Let's make your real estate experience smooth and enjoyable. Contact me today, and let's find the perfect home for you.
When it comes to protecting your valuables, you want both an agent who provides the highest level of customer service as well as a company that has been #1 in home and auto insurance every year since 1942. Hi, I'm Mandy Vogt, your State Farm agent here in Prior Lake. Mandy Vogt State Farm features a fully licensed staff and a wealth of experience and product knowledge to help you and your family find the right coverage for your situation. Contact us, Mandy Vogt State Farm Insurance in Prior Lake, by visiting voteinsuranceMN.com or call 612-255-0941 today.
Back inside the Dakota Ice Center here in Prior Lake. The starting lineups being announced. We'll let you listen in here. The Sabres ranked 8th in the state at 2-1, taking on Prior Lake at 2-0 in moments, coming up on the Fox 9 Prep Game of the Week.
And now the starting line for your Prior Lake Lakers. In goal, senior number 1, Jeff Wickler. At defense, junior number 20, Jack Wilmert. At defense, senior number 4, Tristan Aunal. At wing, junior number 24, Parker Winkus. At wing is senior number 10, Mario Bernard. And the center is the senior number 15, Levi Eider. The rest of the Prior Lake Lakers and coaches of the Lakers are Joe Pankratz and Matt Christ. The assistant is Matt Denman. At this time, we ask that you please rise and join as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Back here at the Dakota Ice Arena, we're in Prior Lake, Minnesota. Tonight's matchup out of the South Suburban Conference, our Fox 9 prep game of the week, pitting 8th-ranked Shakopee. The Sabres out to a 2-1 start. Wins over Gentry Academy and Egan by a combined score of 14-1, with a 5-2 loss to the top 5-ranked Rogers Royals, their only blemish on their record sandwiched in between. They're facing off against a 2-0 Prior Lake team who have at times been a thorn in the side of the Sabres. Last couple of years, head coach Calvin Simon's team really has built up and turned into one of the rising powers in the state. As good as Shakopee's been, though, the last couple of years, the Lakers have always found a way to steal one from Shakopee. And the regular season indicators of that each of the last 2 years. It was 3 games played between these two last year, and after a January 6th upset win, won here at the DAC by Prior Lake 5-4, Sabres bounced back to beat the Lakers in the last 2 matchups. It's Dalen Klein centering up with the Laker captain Levi Eider to get us underway. Snap won by Prior Lake, who go from right to left, and away we go here in the first period. Matt Dean with you here on our Prep Fox 9 game of the week, and Klein back checking and battling to get it out of his own zone. Finds the captain, Cooper Simpson, who will skate it out of his own D zone, drop on the blue line there, and it's whipped across by Steinhoff to Jackson Johnson, who's the other D that starts on the ice here for the Sabres. Wasson, Gesso, Klein, and Simpson are the top line of forwards listed tonight as Johnson flips in a shot from the right point. Save made there by Jet Leckler, the first-year varsity player making his second career varsity start. He saved 16 and allowed 2 goals in Prior Lake's opening night win last week, Tuesday, on the road at Centennial up in Circle Pines in the North Burbs. Draw win here by the Sabres. So it was quickly won by Nate Pedersen, an attempt for the point on goal by Carter Wagner, the sophomore. If you saw Shakopee last season, it is largely the same unit they brought back, with a few exceptions, a couple of move-ins that had joined the program, and then Carter Wagner, a promising Bantams player, spent last year playing Bantam hockey in Shakopee, called up to the big club and making his varsity debut earlier this year. Prior Lake clears it end-to-end. We played not yet a minute here into the first period. The Sabres, they've got 1 shot on goal up on the board. Have tested Leckler just once there in goal for Prior Lake. They'll have another offensive zone faceoff. Starting opposite Leckler is the junior Owen Lundberg on the other end for Shakopee. He's one of those aforementioned move-ins, originally from Bloomington, Minnesota. Was last year playing club hockey in Detroit, Michigan. Moved back into town and now tending the net for the Sabres. He has split starts with Nicholas Hewson. There they play it up the line to Jacob Lee, able to center it off his own bench. Now it's out wide. Zach Doctor steers it a shot just as he crossed the blue line, turned aside there by Leckler. Prior Lake battles for it to try to get it out of their own zone. That's Jackson George kicking at it and sweeping it up to the near side half boards. Lakers can't pry it out. Doctor kept it in on the right point, and the Lakers clear it over their own bench as it's whacked out of there by the junior defenseman Jake Ritten, a second-year varsity player wearing the Laker number 9 sweater. 15:27 left to go here in the first. 2 shots on target for Shakopee, none for the Lakers. We're just getting started here at the DAC. Just over 90 seconds gone. Another face-off win here for Shakopee, and they get it in deep. Now controlled behind the cage and work back out to the left point. Carson Steinhoff able to knife that one in behind the goal line. Simpson and Wasson Gesso out there. It was Wasson Gesso, the winger, that came in and took the face off. And they're stepping up and pinching is Jackson Johnson, a junior who spent last year at North Star Christian Academy. He grew up playing his Bantam hockey in Rochester, one of the new additions to Shakopee's team this year. Worked across toward Johnson. He pirouettes with it, nearly lost under the pressure of Bryce Lovett, who closed him out there on the right point. Briefly leaked out of the zone, and Prior Lake can snap it up. Jack Wilmert Played it around the forechecker Simpson, and it's turned over to the half boards by Klein. Shot turned in there by Siegert, and a big save from Leckler to keep this game scoreless. 14 and a half minutes left to go in the first. It's rung off the glass by Wilmert to try to pop it back out to neutral ice. Siegert spins and finds it. Tried to shuttle it along there to his teammate Pedersen. Walked in by Eider. Snaps a shot wide. Hardy bounce off the end boards. Really smart play, I think, by intent there from Eider to try to play it off the end boards and hope for a rebound in front of net. No Lakers there to tip it home. Sabres get it out. Pedersen tips it in. The Miami, Ohio commit. Future Red Hawk tipping that one through for the Sabres. 3 minutes gone. Lakers stretch pass that was intended for Mario Bernard, the assistant captain. Instead fell back to Lundberg, who waffles it out of the zone to the paddle. Snap back up here in the other end by Brendan Scher. He'll play it through over the blue line and collected there by Carter Wagner. Wagner, little trouble passing out of his own zone as it fell off the skates of Peyton Chase. Battle for it up ahead of the Sabre bench, occupied by Calvin Simon and his staff. Shakopee out to this 2-1 start to the season. Rock past Egan 6-0 in the opener as Levine fires one in just over the blue line. Save made there by Lundberg. And then Rogers, 5-2 winners over Shakopee in the second game of the year for the Sabres. They played as recently as last Saturday, 8-1 over Gentry Academy. The Sabres scoring 46 seconds in and a Cooper Simpson tally. Siegert made it 2-0 less than 4 minutes in, and the Sabres are up 4-0 by the end of one, 7-0 at the end of two in a rout of a Gentry Academy team that we're missing a key player or two, but that is a good squad out there in the east side of Shakopee, dismantling the Stars 8-1 in their most recent win. Maybe a little angry bouncing back from that loss in a top 10 battle with Rogers. 4 minutes played just about as it leaks back to Tristan Pownall. Assistant captain shuttles it forward. The senior for Prior Lake slips through back in behind for Will Youngberg, the senior defenseman. Tries to clear it out up the left flank. Doctor will sweep at it and brush into the zone now for his teammate Ben Box to chase after. This is the third line of forwards for the Sabres. Lee, Box, and Doctor. Might be one of the deeper teams in the state, and that might be one of the better third lines in the state. Box was a multi-year captain and a great player at Totino Grace. That tells you how deep Shakopee is. Maybe the Eagles' best player the last couple of years transfers to Shakopee. He's now a third liner, but really accepting of his role. We're told by head coach Calvin Simon that one tipped through offside on the Lakers as Gavin Lind walked across the line before the puck. 12-13 left to go, first period. Shots right now favoring the Sabres 3-1. Shaco's had most of the offensive zone time, but Prior Lake doing a good job to keep most of it to the outside. Win on the faceoff by Dalen Klein at neutral ice. It's banked up through for him to try to retrieve down the right side. Nice job by Johnson to hold the zone. Walk through, toe drag shot. Simpson snapped it high and wide after pulling off the initial eye-popping move there with a dangle. Back out to the right point with Johnson. Dropped off low here now. The Cooper Simpson who walks with it. North Dakota commit dancing around edge of the right circle. He'll take it in low near the goal line. Still Simpson dancing with the half boards. Laid out to Johnson, and he could not hold the zone. Sabres have to touch back up. 11:35 left to go. Lakers will keep that same unit on the ice as it's whipped back in by Johnson. Clears around the boards now to Simpson, who gets pinned up on the wall in the corner. Able to shuttle it off. Oh, great look at a centering feed. Wasson Gesso nearly teed up Nate Pedersen, who had just come in fresh legs off the bench. How about that move from Pedersen? He fires and misses high over the crossbar. Well, a couple of nifty toe drags from the two D1 commits on the Sabres, but neither of them could find the net. Simpson with the first effort, and then Pedersen the other. 11:09 left to go as the clock stops here in the first period. Sabres and Lakers in our Fox 9 Plus game of the week. Matt Dean with you here on a fine evening in Prior Lake, Minnesota. Starting to get into the winter now, and Here Parker Winkus looked like he got the first stick to the snap draw. Siegert found it in the slot, could not wind up the shot. Good job by Jake Ritten, the junior, to tie up a dangerous goal scorer. Siegert led the Sabres in scoring last year. Number 11 comes in 3 goals, 3 assists in the young season this year as a sophomore. Finished the year in a 12-game scoring streak and led the team with 29 goals, 58 points. As this one's cleared back out, the two Coopers largely played on a line together last year. Simpson had 29 goals, 54 points. Siegert, as we said, 29 and 58. So Simpson led the team in goals, Siegert in points a season ago. Now a senior and a junior. They're split up into a couple of different lines. Pedersen finding it here at neutral ice. We got a delayed penalty that'll benefit the Sabres, so they empty the net for an extra attacker. Up the line now and walked in by Shakopee. Kicked heavy off the skates there of Box. Carries it to the corner, bodied up by Levine. Sabres still with it. Seeger gets a shot, retrieves his own rebound over at the left dot, lays it off high. Still a delayed penalty. 6 on 5. Shoot and score. And the Sabres take advantage of the delayed penalty. It is Landon Ha firing in his first career goal as a varsity player to put the Sabres up 1-0. Delayed penalty and a 6 on 5, and Landon Ha pots the first of his varsity career. Great effort by Cooper Siegert to generate the initial shot. Siegert followed his own rebound, and then eventually the puck made its way back out to the point where Ha walked it in, fired, and scored. Lakers win the ensuing faceoff, and Jackson George sweeps it in deep. We'll listen in for the announcement of the goal.
And number 22, Nate Peterson. That's Hugh from Siegert and Peterson. Time of the goal,
6:43 in the first. Save there made by Lundberg as Prior Lake nearly got one going on the other end. Siegert with the primary. He followed the rebound. They announced Nate Pedersen as the one of the secondary assist for the Sabres. And Landon Ha, his second ever varsity point. He scored his first on an assist on Saturday. He's got his first career goal in a rivalry matchup against Prior Lake. Zach Doctor tried to center it there from the right wing for the Sabres. 9.5 minutes left to play as it gets turned end-to-end for a icing call on the Lakers. 9 minutes and 27 seconds left to go here in the opening stanza. It's coming back for a Sabre Ozone faceoff. Ha from Siegert and Pedersen. 6:43 into the first period to get the scoring started. Top line back on the ice. Wasson Gesso won the draw. The winger who will come in and take some of the faceoffs there, at least from that left circle from a Sabre perspective. Skips by Johnson, held in by the centerman Klein. He'll ring one around the barrier here to the far side. Sabres hold it in deep. There's Johnson pinching again. He could not impede the progress that time of Lovett, who's able to get it out. The pressure averted only for a moment. Steinhoff walked it in, lays it off for Simpson. He fires from the edge of the top of the circle, and his shot tipped up into the netting above the glass. 8:57 left to go. Shots 5-2 Sabres, who lead it 1-0 here in this rivalry matchup with Prior Lake. All-time series against Shakopee. The Lakers, since Joe Pankratz has been the head coach, they're 18-6 against their rivals. But in recent history, the Sabres have had the better of Prior Lake. 6-5 since the start of the 2020-21 season. The Sabres have won 5 of 7 the last 2 years. These two teams met up twice in the regular season last year and split. And then the Sabres winning in the section playoff matchup in early March to end the Lakers season. Prior Lake has run into Shakopee in the first round of the section playoffs. In fact, 2 years in a row, with the Sabres ending their season each time. Walked up here by Pedersen. Out to the half wall where he took a check there from Levine. Aiden Levine, a sophomore. He's one of several Laker Bantam players who made the jump from Bantams to varsity this year. And that one centered on from his knees and nearly laid off for Siegert. Steady play there with the sophomore Aiden Levine, just as we were talking about him. Gets it ahead to Bernard, tips it to the zone. That was dangerous from Shakopee. That Prior Lake Bantam team last year were fourth-place finishers at state, and a lot of that Bantam talent that made it to the state tournament are now playing varsity hockey for head coach Pankratz a year later. Sabres cleared it. The goal became dislodged. So that's the stoppage here with 7:44 left to go. 1-0 Sabres lead it on a Landon Huh goal, assisted by Siegert and Nate Pedersen. 1-0 Shakopee. They're a neutral zone draw. One back here by the Sabres. That was Ben Box, the senior who centers that third line, taking it for Shakopee. The third line for the Sabres tonight, Box, the center, with Lee and Doctor on the wings. All good players. As we said, Box was the best player on those Totino Grace teams the last couple of years and transfers into Shakopee. And Doctor, a guy who at times was playing up on the top line with Cooper Simpson and Cooper Siegert last year. He's got some skill, a good skater. Here's Box with it skating through the right of the circle. Lays it off up high, fired in. Landon Huzz feeling it after scoring his first varsity goal. Rifles another one that's turned aside this time by Leckler for Prior Lake. Inside 7 minutes to go here in the first period. Dumped into the Sabres. That'll allow them to make wholesale line changes just about. Lee stays into the forecheck. And the Sabres get it back at neutral and can continue to pin the Lakers here in their own zone. Wilmert will go out to retrieve here for the Lakers. Left the puck behind him. Turned over on some pressure from Tristan Wasson-Gesso. And it bounces back over the blue line past Steinhoff. 6.5 minutes left to play. Johnson finds it off the half wall for Shakopee. Rimmed around for Steinhoff up the left side. Now here's Cooper Simpson. Through the center ice logo, right wing enters the zone. Simpson, they'll say, just offside. Although Dalen Klein, his line mate, disagrees. 6:17 left to play here in the first. It's coming back for neutral zone face-off. The Sabres with a 1-0 lead and a goal at 6:43 of the first period. Huh scoring on assist from Siegert and Pedersen on a 6-on-5 delayed empty netter. We didn't hear the announcement for the penalty. We'll never know. This penalty was not served as the Sabres scored before the power play happened. That one fired in by Steinhoff from the left point. Save made there by Leckler. They've got him for 6 so far today here early in the first period. Leak back out to Johnson at neutral. Spins it around Lind and gets it ahead for Klein, who again enters in an offside position. It was Klein who was ahead of the play last time. That time it looked like his line mate Wasson-Gesso, the junior, stepped in first. So another neutral zone face-off here for Shakopee. 5:55 left to go here in period number 1. Nate Pedersen loses the snap there to the captain, Levi Eider, who scored his second career hat trick on Saturday. Walks it out in front. Important play made there by the Sabres. Jack Kolchin, a junior defenseman who saw what Eider was trying to pull off, making that power move in toward the net. Eider went crashing into that near side post a bit and knocked the goal off its moorings. 5:46 left to go. They're actually going to pull this back into the neutral zone. I believe that was a delayed offside call, but it would have been an offensive zone faceoff had it been for the goal coming loose. Eider will take it. Pedersen, Miami, Ohio commit, wins the draw here for Shakopee. They pass it D to D. Wagner over to Kolchin, plays it through. Here's Siegert, fires wide. Great play by Levine. He laid out and tipped that shot, I think, from Siegert to direct it wide. 5.5 minutes left to go. Shots favor the Sabres 7-2. They've got a 1-0 lead. 8th-ranked team in the state leading their rivals here in Prior Lake. Walked up top there by Carter Wagner. Switches across to his opposite D partner. Sprawling glove save to snare the shot of Kolchin there. Nicely done by Jet Leckler. 5:14 left to go. And an offensive zone faceoff here coming up for Shakopee. Leckler, first varsity season we mentioned at the top. He's making his second career start for Prior Lake's varsity team. He was primarily the JV starter a season ago, entering his senior year and playing his first high school hockey at the varsity level. Wilmer Worked around to the left point where the Sabres hold it in with Jack Colchin. Zach Doctor in that third line that includes Lee and Box out there in the ice here for Shakopee. Intercepted and carried out here by Nicholas Selly. This is the second line of forwards for the Lakers. Slid through by Jackson George. Fell back to the point. A rip at it by Tristan Pownall. Still loose in the high slot. George only able to turn it in behind the goal line where a whole gaggle of Sabres tied up in the corner here to settle things down. Wedged out of there by Mason Stevens, and as that started to clear over the glass, they're going to have an interference call here coming. 4:34 left to go, and I believe they're going to direct one of the Sabres over to the penalty box here for the interference call that will send Prior Lake on the power play. Will Youngberg taking the trip to the box for Shakopee. It comes with 4:34 left in the period. Youngberg for interference, and the Lakers head onto the power play. Prior Lake are trying to snap an early 0-for-8 skid with a skater advantage to begin the year. Shakopee are a perfect 7-for-7 on the penalty kill. That pass from Bernard, a bouncing puck, skipped over the stick of Wenkes, and the Sabres clear. Look at that speed from Dalen Klein, putting the pressure on Jack Wilmert, the junior. On the penalty kill, the Sabres retrieve it out of the offensive end. Wasson Gesso back to Carson Steinhoff. Clears one up ahead off the glass. That'll get in deep. Klein, instead of chasing after it this time, will head to the bench. And the Sabres will change out a penalty killer as Siegert comes onto the ice for Shakopee. It's Eider and Bernard leading the way up the left side now. Eider tried to shuttle it through for Parker Wenkes. Intercepted here by the Sabres. Here comes Siegert. Right side still Siegert. He gets brushed to the boards there by Eider. They're going to wave for the penalty. And the hand up, they're going to get Eider for the infraction for Prior Lake. And after a minute and 2 seconds of a power play, it's washed away for the Lakers. Eider called for a trip. 3:32 left to go in the period. It looked like he was going in and going for the puck, but maybe a reach in by the stick into the skates there that we couldn't see in the corner. Referee had a good look at it, and frustrating tripping call for Laker fans here as we are into 4-on-4 hockey for about a minute, and then the Sabres will go on a power play after that. Our lone goal today was technically not a special teams goal. The Sabres had pulled the goalie for a delayed penalty and scored on the 6-on-5. 3 minutes, 13 seconds left in the period, and 35 more seconds of this 4-on-4 sequence. Won by Jack Colchin. Brushes it along at a backhander now to Carson Steinhoff. Enters the zone up the left side. That's Nate Pedersen. Drops it off to Colchin. Now Colchin, high slot, right side, shoots. Wrong one off, I think the outside of the post. It was close. He was headhunting in there on Leckler. 16 seconds remaining in the 4-on-4 before the Sabres head on the power play for a minute and 2 seconds. And that will almost take us to the end of the period. Inside 3 minutes left to play, the Sabres have a 1-0 lead on Landon Huh's goal at 6:43, the first of the sophomore defenseman's varsity career. Here's Dalen Klein getting kicked out of the circle. Cooper Simpson, the Sabre captain, will replace him. Lost the draw there to Jackson George, and the Lakers can take their time to play it out. Nice tip to go around Steinhoff, and now skating hard to try to go after it is George. He'll lose the race. 2 seconds left, and the Sabres are headed on the power play. So Youngberg will hit the bench. Sabres will head on a 5-on-4 power play. As jumping up into the play is Tristan Wasson-Gesso. Leak back out to neutral, and Simpson plays it off the boards to settle it down. 45 seconds left in the Sabre power play. Wasson-Gesso found it off of Simpson's stick. Might have been a call there going against Stevens, but the refs let him play on. Not enough contact. 35 seconds as the Sabres can't settle in the offensive zone here for the power play. Johnson Skates it over the red line and into the zone himself. Flips it up the left boards. Johnson retrieving it in deep. Slides it along the wall for Simpson. 20 seconds left on the power play for Shakopee. It's rung out around Wasson-Gesso. Simpson can't hold it at the point. 15 seconds. Nice retrieval there to carry it up by Prior Lake. Nearly Gavin Lind was in jailbreak the other way, shorthanded. 5 seconds with a shot in by Wasson-Gesso. Big save from Leckler, who's played well between the pipes for Prior Lake. It'll kill off the brief power play chance that the Sabres had. Both teams are 0 for 1 here in the period on special teams. A minute 20 as Bernard walks it back in, tried to drop it back out to neutral ice. Well read by Ben Box, the Totino Grace transfer. Off to the left side here, it's carried forward by Colchin. And clipped in behind here for the Sabres. Wilmert able to wedge it out along the boards. A minute and 4 seconds left to go here in the first period. Sabres have the game's opening goal. They've outshot Prior Lake 9-3 so far in the period. Colchin sauces one forward off the half boards. He was looking for the lead. Jack Wilmert was all over it. We've been saying his name a lot on the defensive end for Prior Lake. That's usually a good sign. 6'3" junior defenseman playing in his second varsity season. Sprayed across there by Stevens. Bounce forward to Levi Eider. Eider tries to cut it inside. Broken up there by Jack Colchin in the end. Pownall holds it off the left side just outside the circle and gets it in deep. 25 seconds left for the Lakers to work with. Pownall off the left point. Will pound it in off the end board. Strong rebound, falls there. Selly tried to slip it across to Stevens. Great play started by Pownall, trying to bang that one off the end board. Sabres clear it and will be called for icing. So with 11 seconds and change left in the period, Lakers have a chance for an offensive zone faceoff and maybe one final chance here before the intermission. It's a good score line for Prior Lake. Really good Shakopee team, ranked 8th in the state. Eider wins the draw. Back out to the point. Fired in by Levine. Tipped out wide to neutral. 5 seconds left as it's flipped back in from neutral ice by Aiden Levine. Sabres will hold it and take us to the horn for the end of the first period. Sabres get on the board first. Landon Huss scores his first career varsity goal. The defenseman at 6:43 of the first, assisted by Siegert and Pedersen. And the Sabres will head into the locker room with a 1-0 lead on their rivals Prior Lake. I'm Matt Dean. We'll be back to recap the action from the first period coming up on our Fox 9 broadcast. Our prep game of the week has 8th-ranked Shakopee leading Prior Lake 1-0 at the first intermission.
A good neighbor would give you a cup of sugar if you asked. At Truestone Financial, we don't have any sugar, but we will give you up to $350 when you switch to a Truestone checking account. It's true, because we're Truestone.
Hi, I'm Katie O'Dean, owner of the Katie O'Dean State Farm Agency, and we are your local Shakopee community members who care deeply about our neighbors. We pride ourselves on educating our customers to make good insurance decisions specific for their needs within their budget. To learn more about our fantastic team, check out our Google reviews where our policyholders will tell you firsthand about their experience working with the O'Dean Insurance Team. Call, text, click, or stop by today for a complimentary State Farm auto, home, business, life, or supplemental health insurance quote.
At Luther Burnsville Hyundai, we're more than just the South Metro's top Hyundai dealer. We care about the community we serve. That's why we're excited every time a young student gets behind the wheel for the first time. We also take pride in selling safe, reliable vehicles for kids and families, because we want everyone driving to practice, games, or concerts to arrive safe and sound. At Luther Burnsville Hyundai, we take pride in serving the community and are proud to support high school activities.
For over 22 years, Chad and Sarah Hubner with Edina Realty have been your trusted experts in the Prior Lake, Savage, and Shakopee communities. As full-time agents, they offer complete focus and dedication to your real estate journey, ensuring nothing is overlooked. Their extensive experience with all property types and market conditions guarantees you personalized and exceptional service. From staging and professional photography to social media presence and exclusive access to Edina Realty's non-MLS database, Chad and Sarah provide a wide range of services. Visit chadandsarah.com today. Chad and Sarah are also proud supporters of Laker athletics and high school sports.
It's not just any day. It's your day off. A chance to reset, to recharge. A day to lace up, stretch out, and dive into what ignites your soul. This day is all about you, living life at your summit.
Everyone deserves to feel comfortable in their skin. Whether it's acne, rashes, concerns about skin cancer, or any other kind of skin problem, Darabi Dermatology is the place for medical, surgical, and cosmetic dermatology. You can trust Dr. Darabi, who is triple board certified to treat almost any skin health condition, and nurse practitioner Kendall Zeidler, who has extensive dermatology experience. Getting an appointment is quick and simple with online self-scheduling and usually results in an appointment either the week of or the following week. Visit DarabiDermatology.com and be seen without waiting months for an appointment.
Is your child struggling with learning, emotional, or behavior challenges? This does not mean you have a bad kid. Instead, it may be time to take a brain-based perspective of why with the clinically proven Brain Blossom program. Exclusively offered at Delightful Chiropractic in Shakopee, Dr. Kristen Hager is a certified pediatric chiropractor partnering gentle care with the brain-based games and exercises of the Brain Blossom program. Scan the QR code on the screen or visit delightfulchiropractic.com to learn more.
Heartland Service and Tire is your one-stop shop for all vehicle maintenance and repairs. Locally owned and operated, Heartland Service and Tire works on all makes and models. Located at 232 South Marshall Road in Shakopee, you can expect a friendly and welcoming atmosphere while our certified trusted experts provide exceptional service. This winter, Shakopee Sabres score big at Heartland Service and Tire. Now valid through the end of March. Schedule your appointment today with Heartland Service and Tire at 232 South Marshall Road in Shakopee.
There are lots of reasons to want a big backyard. At Truestone Home Mortgage, we all agree dog birthday party is at the top. Great home loans, expert help, and a focus on what matters to you. It's true, because we're Truestone.
Back inside the Dakota Ice Arena here in Prior Lake, 1-0. Sabres have the lead on rivals Prior Lake with 2 periods still left to play in one of the books here in this one. Matt Dean, welcome you back here, our Fox 9 prep game of the week. Sabres out shooting Prior Lake 9-4 in that first period. There's only going to be 2 penalties that go down in the book. Will Youngberg for interference, Levi Eider for a trip. It cut a Prior Lake power play chance short. Both teams were 0 for 1, but a penalty that was called, a delayed call, helped the Sabres out. They emptied the net. Brought on an extra attacker, held the puck for about a minute, and then here's what the goal looked like that changed the game at 6:43 of the first. Cooper Siegert doing a nice job to keep the play alive, shot this puck in, followed his own rebound, and then Landon Huh, the defenseman, stepping up into the play, scored his first career varsity goal. Assists go to Siegert and Pettersson, and just a sustained stretch of pressure there by the Sabres. They had a 6-on-5 advantage with the empty net due to the delayed penalty. So both teams 0 for 1 in the power play. Huh scores from Siegert and Pettersson. That's the name of the goal scorer. We're not questioning it. It's Landon Huh who scores for Shakopee 1-0 at 6:43 of the first period. So again, shots 9-4. Sabres controlling things, but just that 1-goal lead to speak of out on the Prior Lake Lakers. More action to come. We'll step aside yet again and come on back for second period action next here on the Fox 9 Prep Game of the Week.
Primary ENT and Allergy is proud to offer same and next day adult and pediatric services to the Shakopee, Prior Lake, and Savage communities. We are also the only ENT urgent care clinic in the entire Twin Cities. To schedule a visit with one of our providers for you or your family's ENT allergy or asthma needs, visit primaryent.com or text 952-395-2500.
Stroll the Wilds, where businesses meet neighbors.
Hi, I'm Melissa. I live in the Wilds now for 13 years with my family. I really enjoy getting the Stroll the Wilds magazine every month. Some neat articles about the families that live in our community, and I also really enjoy reading the travel section.
Supporting Stroll the Wilds allows homeowners to connect with their neighbors, all while giving Standard Heating the opportunity to showcase our services, our specials, and our incredible team to a brand new target audience.
Stroll the Wilds, where businesses meet neighbors. Call now to get started.
When it comes to protecting your valuables, you want both an agent who provides the highest level of customer service as well as a company that has been #1 in home and auto insurance every year since 1942. Hi, I'm Mandy Vogt, your State Farm agent here in Prior Lake. Mandy Vogt State Farm features a fully licensed staff and a wealth of experience and product knowledge to help you and your family find the right coverage for your situation. Contact us, Mandy Vogt State Farm Insurance in Prior Lake, by visiting voteinsuranceMN.com or call 612-255-0941 today.
You've known McNerney Schmidt Funeral and Cremation as your friends, neighbors, and community members, providing exceptional service for grieving families during their time of loss. They provide traditional funerals, cremations, and memorial services, and can guide you through all the choices you may want to consider, including environmentally friendly options, celebrations of life, and more. You can always count on McNerney Schmidt for their guidance for all end-of-life planning. McNerney Schmidt Funeral and Cremation, proud supporters of Sabres Athletics.
Hey there, Shakopee sports fans. Are you looking to find your dream home or right-size your space? I'm Kathy Young with eXp Realty, and I specialize in making real estate dreams come true. I enjoy working with first-time home buyers, seniors that are looking for a home that fits their lifestyle, and families at all stages in between. Building strong, personalized relationships is my top priority, ensuring you feel confident and informed throughout the process. Let's make your real estate experience smooth and enjoyable. Contact me today and let's find the perfect home for you.
Shakopee Chevrolet have been serving the Shakopee community for over 60 years and are a proud supporter of Sabre High School and youth sports. When you choose Shakopee Chevrolet, you can count on an easy car buying experience with great selection, simplified pricing, and no gimmicks from a family-owned dealership that's cheering on the Sabres right with you. Visit their showroom on First Avenue in downtown Shakopee or visit ShakopeeChevrolet.com today. Go Sabres.
Are you a weekend warrior, a routine walker, an avid athlete, pickleball anyone, or a student athlete who just loves to play sports? At St. Francis Sports Medicine, they offer a comprehensive range of services to help you get back to your game pain-free and safely. They evaluate and treat most sports injuries with personalized care plans that suit your specific sport and style of play. Don't let sports injuries keep you from doing what you love. See how St. Francis can help you and visit stfrancis-shakopee.com.
Wilds, where businesses meet neighbors.
Hi, I'm Melissa. I live in the Wilds now for 13 years with my family. I really enjoy getting the Stroll the Wilds magazine every month. Some neat articles about the families that live in our community, and I also really enjoy reading the travel section.
Supporting Stroll the Wilds allows homeowners to connect with their neighbors, all while giving Standard Heating the opportunity to showcase our services, our specials, and our incredible team to a brand new target audience.
Stroll the Wilds, where businesses meet neighbors. Call now to get started.
Primary ENT and Allergy is proud to offer same and next day adult and pediatric services to the Shakopee, Prior Lake, and Savage communities. We are also the only ENT urgent care clinic in the entire Twin Cities. To schedule a visit with one of our providers for you or your family's ENT allergy or asthma needs, visit primaryent.com or text 952-395-2500.
McNerney Schmidt Funeral and Cremation as your friends, neighbors, and community members, providing exceptional service for grieving families during their time of loss. They provide traditional funerals, cremations, and memorial services, and can guide you through all the choices you may want to consider, including environmentally friendly options, celebrations of life, and more. You can always count on McNerney Schmidt for their guidance for all end-of-life planning. McNerney Schmidt Funeral and Cremation, proud supporters of Sabres Athletics.
Hi, I'm Katie O'Dean, owner of the Katie O'Dean State Farm Agency, and we are your local Shakopee community members who care deeply about our neighbors. We pride ourselves on educating our customers to make good insurance decisions specific for their needs within their budget. To learn more about our fantastic team, check out our Google reviews where our policyholders will tell you firsthand about their experience working with the O'Dean Insurance Team. Call, text, click, or stop by today for a complimentary State Farm auto, home, business, life, or supplemental health insurance quote.
Back inside Prior Lake, Matt Dean welcoming you back into our Fox 9 prep game of the week. Sabres with the 1-0 edge on the Lakers at the first intermission, and second period action about to get back underway here in this one. Curtis Jolin is our producer here tonight for our Fox 9 game of the week. Pat Balvance and Chris Nigber are our camera operators with you here. And it's been a fun one. Shakopee, as expected, maybe controlling the edge in zone time right now. And they've got the 1-0 lead, courtesy of a Landon Hudd tally at 6:43 the first, assisted by Siegert and Pedersen. And we're about to get back underway here for period number 2. All right, so Shakopee probably feels like they should have potted another chance or two. The two studs that we talked about, both committed to Division I programs. Cooper Simpson and Nate Pedersen both held off the score sheet in the first. Both of them on some really nifty toe drag moves. Opened themselves up for a couple of shots where they both missed the target. So Shakopee got a few things to rein in. They've got the lead on Prior Lake. Dalen Klein wins the draw, and it's clipped up and out of the zone by one of the co-captains, Carson Steinhoff. Now Simpson, the other captain, in pursuit as Jack Wilmert plays it behind his back. Klein held it into the left side half boards, and then Klein forces the turnover beneath the dot. Shot rims off the outside of the post from Cooper Simpson, and somehow the puck stays in the field of play. Sabres working around here to the right side. Good pass break up there by the Lakers and Levi Eider, who goes down on the rush. Eider goes ramming into one of the Sabres, who takes a spill into the end boards. I think that's Tristan Watson-Gesso who went down. Beat Eider to the spot, and then Eider, a prolific football player as well as a hockey player at Prior Lake, laid down the boom, the Laker running back. Looking like it there on that last play. Prior Lake turns it over on the half boards to Simpson. He can't play it back up toward the point, intercepted by Mario Bernard, who clears. 15 minutes, 57 seconds left to play here in the second. Just over a minute gone. Here's the Lakers really starting to possess here their best extended chance here is zone time, creating some offense. And now the Sabres will try to pin Prior Lake back on this end. A tip, a rebound, and a goal. It's Cooper Siegert who picks up the loose change and puts it in the back now for Shakopee. 2-0 Sabres. Quick shot out of a face-off win, and then Siegert there to pick up the loose change, and he's been involved in both Sabre goals here tonight. 1:06 into the second period. He scores his first of the night to make it 2-0.
Shakopee goals by number 11, Cooper Siegert. Assist number 22, Nate Peterson. That's Siegert from Peterson. Time for the goal.
Nate Pedersen, he has a 2-point night as well. He gets the assist for the face-off win that clipped out front. Leckler made the initial save as Siegert tried to knife it home, and then Siegert, we've seen Siegert do that twice tonight. Create a shot, stay with the play, and pick up his own rebound on a saved shot as Selly flips it in here, a backhanded shovel. Lundberg will come out to play it and sweep it around the far side. Siegert centers on here to Peyton Chase, former Chaska Hawk, tries to walk it into the high slot. Good break up there on the defensive play by Jake Ritten, the defenseman. Up forward with it now go the Lakers. Jackson George tries to center off the edge of the circle, broken up by Pedersen, the future Red Hawk, and then he moves it along here and gets it out with Jack Colchin. Colchin's pass blocked up at the line by Jacob Thomas. It's in deep. Nicholas Selly tries to flutter one through to the high slot. Got around the stick of Wasson Gesso, but laid back in there by Scher. Lakers not getting through the traffic there on the shot from Gavin Lind. Clip back out to Chase. He'll spin and dump into the zone here. Long shift there for the Sabres. They'll change out their lines just about wholesale. Staying back on to go retrieve it was Carter Wagner. Lakers try to get the cycle working with Lovett. Worked along to the far side. Will Youngberg can't clear. And still the Lakers hold the zone. Scher shoots it wide, bounces off the end wall and back out in front of the bench where Jack Wilmert kept it moving. Centered out, just out of the reach. I don't think that hopped over the stick of Lind, and a rush the other way as crashing into the net was Zach Doctor. And it looks like Locklear, the netminder's a little shaken up. He went crashing into his own post and knocked the goal loose. 14:07 left to go, not yet 3 minutes played. And right after a great offensive scoring chance, that was Zach Doctor who went crashing into one of the Lakers. It looked like Aiden Fromm, the defenseman, that took out the goal for a moment and shook up Locklear. Everybody looks no worse for the wear. And now the faceoff coming out the neutral zone here for Eider and Box to try to win the snap here. Goals in each period by the Sabres. Ha in the first, Siegert in the second. Siegert and Pettersson, each with 2-point nights for Shakopee, have been involved in both of the goals, as that one got whistled here for a brief leak of the puck back into the zone offside by the Sabres. And this will come back to the neutral zone. About 3 minutes played here into the second. Siegert, as we said in the first period, led this Sabre team in scoring last year. He had 29 goals, 29 assists in the season. Both him and Cooper Simpson came up just short of 30 goals scored on the year. Simpson, 29 goals, 25 assists. They both shared the team lead in goals. All three guys that largely played together as the top line for most of last year eclipsed 50 points. Last year, it was Simpson, Siegert, and Pettersson. They've kind of broken up that group with how deep the Sabres are this year. Pettersson playing with Siegert and Chase in the wings, and then Klein centering the line of Simpson and Wasson Gesso, the latter of which has been listed as the Sabre top line here tonight. Jackson George against Dalen Klein to Jet Leckler's left here in the circle, and then Mason Stevens, the junior, will replace him for Prior Lake. Klein wins the drop. Sabres only able to briefly hold the zone as Nicholas Selly took it out. Simpson will sweep one up the left-sided wall, where it's in behind for Aiden Levine. Levine turns it over to Klein, and the Sabres have it. Centered out front, picked up by Nicholas Selly, who shovels that one out of there. The junior playing in his first varsity season with a clear for Prior Lake. 13-15 again. Klein is all over the ice. He's playing a 200-foot game tonight as he gets it up to Steinhoff, who rings one out of the zone briefly off the glass. Levine will dump it back in. And here's Steinhoff, able to keep it moving up the wall. Cooper Simpson, he wanted a hooking call as reaching in behind with Selly. Not enough contact. Simpson walks it in up the left side. Simpson, wraparound, stuffed out front, rebound, and a big save from Leckler. Turns aside the opportunity. I think Klein was the one who snapped up on top of the rebound. It stays 2-0 Sabres. Leckler has not given up much, and when the Sabres have found ways to score, it's often been on second chance opportunities. This time even, Leckler was there to save the second chance and keep this at just a 2-goal deficit for the Lakers. They've got him credited for 10 saves now on 12 shots tonight. Leckler, the senior, getting his first run as a varsity netminder. And the Lakers have it in their own defensive zone. About 12.5 minutes left to play. Rung off the glass up ahead to Jacob Thomas. Nice pass to get it along to Lind. Lind's shot might have been partially tipped high and wide there off the twig of Jack Colchin. There are 2 Division I commits to the Sabre roster. They got a handful of others that you think would have the talent to, at one point, make their way towards college hockey somewhere down the line. Colchin, one of them who's got a chance. Defenseman who played a couple of games in the USHL in the preseason with the Green Bay Gamblers. Presumably, when high school season finishes up, Colchin will continue to stay enrolled in online classes at Shakopee and finish out the season with the Gamblers. He's a junior. He's got it behind the cage here for Shakopee. Out wide left to Pedersen. Carries it forward into the zone. Sweeping check there to knock it free there by Jake Ritten with the stick. Up ahead to Parker Wenkes. Enters, toe drags, fires, tracked all the way there by Owen Lundberg. Hasn't had much to do back there for Shakopee. That's his 5th save. And an offensive zone faceoff coming up for the Lakers here to our right. Matt Dean with you here on the Fox 9 Game of the Week. Owen Lundberg, that talented goaltender who moved back to Minnesota. He's from the Twin Cities, originally from Bloomington, just across the way from Shakopee. And into the zone go the Sabres offside there as Zach Doctor walked it in for Shakopee. Sabres and Calvin Simon, the head coach, will tell you they feel their depth is the strength of the team. And in years past, these last couple of years, Shakopee have had a ton of offensive firepower. They've been a little bit light on the blue line. And now they've got what they feel like is one of the deeper teams, if not the deepest in the state at every position. And that includes goaltender, where they have got 2 great goalies in Lundberg, who's got a ton of talent. A spinning shot fired wide there by Shakopee's Dalen Klein. Now Haw battling for it. Loose puck, clip past Simpson, and gets back out to neutral ice. And then Nicholas Hewson is the 6'7" junior who has split starts for the most part to begin the year with Lundberg, although now Lundberg has started 3 of the first 4, and Hewson had his lone start come over the weekend against Gentry Academy, where he stopped 13-14. Simpson carries it into the zone, switches it across, shot, did not get through. Good block there by Levi Eider as it was fed across there to Jacob Lee. Shot in from the point, missed the mark from Jackson Johnson. Flip back ahead by Steinhoff, and the Sabres will continue to work with it here in the offensive zone. Lee head skates off the ice as a shot is fired in by Johnson. Track with a glove save there from Leckler. As the senior has shown, it takes a little bit more than that to beat the sturdy 12th grader between the pipes here for Prior Lake. Both of the Sabre goals, if memory serves, it kind of came off second chance opportunities. Certainly the second, when Haas scored, had to have a lot of bodies in front for a screen to create the chance. Face-off won by Prior Lake. Work it around the left side to Lovett. He'll chip it around the stick of Johnson, but a whistle for offside at the blue line. Nearly 7 minutes played into the second, about 10 left to go. Shakopee have doubled their advantage here in the frame on a goal from Cooper Siegert, the junior's 4th of the season. He has 2 points tonight and now leads the Sabres with 8 points. Nate Pedersen is also holding to a tie for that position. He now has 8 points as well, 6 of those coming as assists now in the season with a 2-helper night. Number 22 for the Sabres. Wasson Gesso dancing away from the pressure, gets it off to Steinhoff. 9:40 left to go. Steinhoff tried to center it, intercepted by Levine and dumped in. Steinhoff wears number 27 sweater. He's been playing varsity since he was in the 8th grade for Shakopee. Led the team in assists last year as a then sophomore. Up ahead, big hit laid down as wearing the brunt of it was Wasson Gesso for Shakopee. Shot in from the point by Colchin, swallowed up there by Leckler to stop the chance. 2-0 Sabres, and in a rivalry matchup, big hit laid down by Prior Lake. Clean but physical. And the Sabres will have another ozone draw coming up with 9:17 left to go. Levi Eider, the Laker captain, will take the drop going up here against Peyton Chase. Eider, as we mentioned, also a prolific football running back for Prior Lake in the fall. Won that last face-off chance. Eider is also the last remaining player who played on the 2022 state tournament team, Prior Lake's first ever trip in school history. Eider was the lone freshman on that very senior-laden squad that broke through to the Xcel Energy Center for the first time in Prior Lake history. Eider wears the number 15 shirt in the captain's C for Prior Lake. He has it and will clear it off the glass to get into the zone here for Prior Lake. 8:38 left to go. Snapped up by Carter Wagner, the sophomore, in behind his own goal. Banks it ahead now for Cooper Siegert. Siegert able to toe drag through some traffic. Nice move off the right side and down below the circle. Centers, one-time shot, snap wide there from Peyton Chase. Held in by Youngberg. He'll swing it in deep. I think Chase will want another chance back at that one. 8:15 left to go. 2-0 it remains, the Sabre advantage. Chase turns on that one to send it in deep before he hits the bench. Doc Tours on the ice with that third unit, it looks like, for the Sabres. Jumping up into the fold as well, too, is Ben Box. And that will be carved forward here for Jacob Lee in pursuit. Good forecheck here with the Sabres, making it tough on Eider and the Lakers to get it out. Jack Wilmert jammed up there in the corner. Eventually was able to wedge it out. Mason Stevens flings it forward. Youngberg will go back to track it back. Sabres trying to catch the Lakers in a line change. Lee will settle it down. Leave it for Box. He looks, wrap around, stays with it, and gets it up high to Youngberg. Youngberg fires. Tip deflection there went wide off the stick of Zach Doctor, trying to tip it home. We mentioned Eider as a football running back. The Sabres have one of their own in Zach Doctor, who played at U.S. Bank Stadium with the Sabre football team, who made a run to the state semifinals just about a month or two ago. A lot of good multi-sport athletes in this game as the Lakers clear. Icing's waved off. Lundberg comes out of his crease to play it. Inside 7 minutes left to play in the second. Sabres have a 2-0 lead on Prior Lake. There was a hit back at neutral ice as Scher went down. And we'll see if it's a penalty-related stoppage. I think they're just going to pull this one back for a face-off at neutral ice, and that seems to be the case. It's been physical, but we haven't had a lot of penalties. One assessed to each team. Of course, that does not count the one that led to the Sabre goal, a delayed penalty call that ended up not being assessed as the Sabres scored with the extra attacker in the empty net in the first. Adding an even strength goal by Cooper Siegert, assisted by Pedersen at 1:06 into the second to double their advantage. And now trying to close out that lead and take at least a 2-goal advantage into the second intermission. Flip forward by Mason Vogel. It's the first appearance, it looks like, at least partially, of the fourth line. Jack Moe's out there as well, too, getting his first shift. And it's cleared back up ahead. Shot in front. Rebound fell. And it was nearly turned home there by Cooper Simpson. Two of the fourth liners jumping into the play. Vogel and Moe playing out there with Cooper Simpson, it looks like. Modified lines as head coach Calvin Simon and his staff are getting some of the fourth line guys involved. As we said, really deep team. Mason Vogel recently was named one of the two brand new assistant captains for the Sabres. He wears number 37. His older brother Jackson graduated a few years ago at Shakopee, left at the time as the program's all-time leading point scorer. He has since been surpassed by Cooper Simpson. Knocked down here by Siegert. He'll carry it forward, tried to slip it across looking for Peyton Chase. Held at the line here by Wagner. Could not dance his way back into the slot. Here's Eider the other way for Prior Lake. Tries to headhunt there, snipes it wide. Eider was the team leader in goals a year ago, 16 of them, including 2 in 3 games against Shakopee. He scored a shorthanded goal last January in the upset win the Lakers had over Shakopee at the time, Sabres would roar back to win the next 2 meetings, including beating Prior Lake in the section playoff first round. 5:16 left to go. It's in behind and picked up by Wagner. Clears up to the forwards, and they wing it out wide here to Nate Pedersen. He fires, just dumping one in here for a line change. In behind and around the referee. Colchin will leave it. That'll be icing going against Prior Lake. Less than 5 minutes left to go in the second. Shots favoring the Sabres 16-5. It is 6-1 Sabres here so far, the shot tally in the second period. Goals from Ha and Siegert have the Sabres in front. Ha, his first varsity goal, the sophomore defenseman. Siegert, his 4th of the year, now has 8 points, tied with Pedersen for the lead. The goal he scored this period, the 39th of his Sabre career for a guy who's still just a junior. We mentioned Mason Vogel's older brother at one time was the all-time points leader for the Sabres. Siegert's going to have a chance to chase down Simpson. Here's the aforementioned Simpson trying to toe drag around Wilmert, and a good defensive stick in there from Jack the junior to block that Simpson shot. He's got one of the heaviest shots in the state in high school hockey, the senior. Huzz back with it across to Youngberg. He'll shuttle it forward up the left flank to Simpson. Tried to slip it off to Klein. Broken up here by the Lakers, and entering the zone is Gavin Lind. Lind shoots and broke the stick of Will Youngberg, who tied him up to break up the chance and clear that over the glass. Out of play with 4 minutes, 8 seconds left to go. 2-0 Sabres leading it in this rivalry matchup, our Fox 9 Game of the Week. Matt Dean with you here on our YouTube broadcast. We're doing this every week, every Tuesday night. Find us right here on Fox 9's YouTube page. I usually don't think that far in advance, but while we're thinking it, me and Curtis, Jalen, our producer, will be there. We got a good matchup in girls basketball next week. We know a lot of hockey fans tuning in. Catch some girls basketball. You're going to see some of the best players in the state in that one. Madden Greenway, the super underclassman for Providence Academy, taking on the mighty Lakeville North Panthers. It'll be a good one next week. Here's Doc Tour. Worked across to Jacob Lee for the Sabres. And they get it down low. Carried back out to the half boards. Lee finds it to Steinhoff. His shot tipped up and out of play off the stick of Jacob Thomas, the sophomore. One of several Lakers that were playing. We talked about Bantam AA hockey last year. By my count, I've got 5 of them who were all part of that Bantam AA team last year on the line charts tonight, as well as the sophomore goalie Preston Kulix. Lakers finished 4th at state in Bantams last year, so a lot of the top talent from that team are up here at varsity, but more to come. So Prior Lake, there was a little bit of a natural lull after they had those great players that came through, went to state in 2022. There's more on the way. Centered out off the stick of Siegert. He could not send in a drive, and a really important play made decisively by Parker Winkus, the junior, that kind of interfered there and did not let Siegert rip off the quick wrister. 3 minutes and 4 seconds left to go after the Lakers cleared it for icing. It'll be Pedersen, Chase, and Siegert, the second line on the ice for the Sabres. It's the top unit of Eider, Winkus, and Bernard on the ice here for Prior Lake. Win the draw and get it out, but Chase finds it at the center ice logo here at the Dakota Ice Center in Prior Lake. Colchin fires, kicked off a couple skates and fell to Chase. Could not turn it home. Leckler might have got in front of the shot. I think it tipped off a skate and went wide. 2:40 left to go as Chase settles it down for the Sabres across to Jack Colchin, who was playing, as we said, in the USHL with the Green Bay Gamblers before the year. Nice turnover created by Eider as he picked the pocket of the sophomore Carter Wagner. Eider is turned away at the top of the circle by Nate Pedersen. Chase flips it forward, glove down by Wilmert, held at the line by Pedersen, but the Sabres have to touch back up to avoid the offside. Knife back into the zone by the Lakers. 2 minutes and 10 seconds left to play. Sabres scored 66 seconds into the period, took a 2-0 lead, and have kind of started to slowly squeeze the life out of the building here in Prior Lake and go into anaconda mode and close out this game. They would like one more goal for insurance, and of course, one goal the other way for the home team, and it is a brand new hockey game. 2-0 as Shakopee have limited the Lakers to just 5 shots on goal. Owen Lundberg has played spectator on this end of the ice for much of the night. Up to Simpson. Worked across now to Dalen Klein. Klein, drop pass. Simpson shoots. He misses the mark. Man, Cooper Simpson, one of the favorites for Mr. Hockey. Great player. Out to a solid start to the year with 4 goals, but not been at his best tonight. He's trying to just perfectly work it to the top corner. We've seen him snap off a shot and miss the target at least a couple of times tonight. 1:10 left to go as it'll be iced down the length of the ice by Prior Lake. It's coming back for an O-zone face-off for Shakopee. And Matt Dean with you here on our Fox 9 Game of the Week. Promoting this game, we had the Sabres listed as the 5th-ranked team in the state. They updated the Let's Play Hockey rankings this afternoon. Shakopee dropped down to 8th in the poll. St. Thomas Academy are the new number 1 ranked team according to the Let's Play Hockey rankings now, with Edina, Hillmurray, Moorhead, and Rogers rounding out the top 5. Sabres were kind of a back-end top 10 team in the rankings for much of last season. Here's Lee forcing the turnover for the Sabres. Tried to shuttle one out in front. That was actually Box looking for Lee, 28-26. Steinhoff finds it at neutral ice with inside a minute left to play here in the second period. 2-0. Sabres have the lead. Goals from Landon Huff and Cooper Seeger. Feathered across just outside the slot, out of the reach of Jacob Thomas. Good body positioning there by Steinhoff to keep him out of the greasy area. 15 seconds left as Johnson fires it forward. Glove down by Lee. He finds it and twists it up by Levine. That was a great pass nearly from Johnson. Found Lee's stick. There's Eider centering in front, and a nice flying poke check save there made by Lundberg. One of the few moments of danger. There have been some for Prior Lake, but the Sabres double the advantage, extend the lead to 2-0 as we head into the second intermission. This is the Fox 9 Game of the Week. 8th-ranked Shakopee flexing their muscles and stretching the advantage on a Cooper Seegert goal. Sabres 2, Prior Lake nothing, with 2 periods in the books here from the Dakota Ice Arena.
A good neighbor would give you a cup of sugar if you asked. At Truestone Financial, we don't have any sugar, but we will give you up to $350 when you switch to a Truestone checking account. It's true, because we're Truestone.
Hi, I'm Katie O'Dean, owner of the Katie O'Dean State Farm Agency, and we are your local Shakopee community members who care deeply about our neighbors. We pride ourselves on educating our customers to make good insurance decisions specific for their needs within their budget. To learn more about our fantastic team, check out our Google reviews where our policyholders will tell you firsthand about their experience working with the O'Dean Insurance Team. Call, text, click, or stop by today for a complimentary State Farm auto, home, business, life, or supplemental health insurance quote.
At Luther Burnsville Hyundai, we're more than just the South Metro's top Hyundai dealer. We care about the community we serve. That's why we're excited every time a young student gets behind the wheel for the first time. We also take pride in selling safe, reliable vehicles for kids and families, because we want everyone driving to practice, games, or concerts to arrive safe and sound. At Luther Burnsville Hyundai, we take pride in serving the community and are proud to support high school activities.
For over 22 years, Chad and Sarah Hubner with Edina Realty have been your trusted experts in the Prior Lake, Savage, and Shakopee communities. As full-time agents, they offer complete focus and dedication to your real estate journey, ensuring nothing is overlooked. Their extensive experience with all property types and market conditions guarantees you personalized and exceptional service. From staging and professional photography to social media presence and exclusive access to Edina Realty's non-MLS database, Chad and Sarah provide a wide range of services. Visit chadandsarah.com today. Chad and Sarah are also proud supporters of Laker athletics and high school sports.
It's not just any day. It's your day off. A chance to reset, to recharge. A day to lace up, stretch out, and dive into what ignites your soul. This day is all about you, living life at your summit.
Everyone deserves to feel comfortable in their skin. Whether it's acne, rashes, concerns about skin cancer, or any other kind of skin problem, Darabi Dermatology is the place for medical, surgical, and cosmetic dermatology. You can trust Dr. Darabi, who is triple board certified to treat almost any skin health condition, and nurse practitioner Kendall Zeidler, who has extensive dermatology experience. Getting an appointment is quick and simple with online self-scheduling and usually results in an appointment either the week of or the following week. Visit DarabiDermatology.com and be seen without waiting months for an appointment.
Is your child struggling with learning, emotional, or behavior challenges? This does not mean you have a bad kid. Instead, it may be time to take a brain-based perspective of why with the clinically proven Brain Blossom program. Exclusively offered at Delightful Chiropractic in Shakopee, Dr. Kristen Hager is a certified pediatric chiropractor partnering gentle care with the brain-based games and exercises of the Brain Blossom program. Scan the QR code on the screen or visit delightfulchiropractic.com to learn more.
Heartland Service and Tire is your one-stop shop for all vehicle maintenance and repairs. Locally owned and operated, Heartland Service and Tire works on all makes and models. Located at 232 South Marshall Road in Shakopee, you can expect a friendly and welcoming atmosphere while our certified trusted experts provide exceptional service. This winter, Shakopee Sabres score big at Heartland Service and Tire. Now valid through the end of March. Schedule your appointment today with Heartland Service and Tire at 232 South Marshall Road in Shakopee.
There are lots of reasons to want a big backyard. At Truestone Home Mortgage, we all agree dog birthday party is at the top. Great home loans, expert help, and a focus on what matters to you. It's true, because we're Truestone.
Back inside the Dakota Ice Arena, between periods, it is 2-0 Shakopee heading to the third. The Sabres, so far in the early season, they're undefeated 2-0 when they have a lead they take into the period. They doubled the advantage as Cooper Seegert picked up the rebound to make it 2-0 Shakopee. Nate Pedersen with an assist, both those guys with 2-point nights, and then this is why you buy a ticket to a rivalry game, the physicality. Aiden Levine with a big hit there for Prior Lake. Shakopee laid the boom down in the frame as well. There were no penalties in the period. That doesn't mean it wasn't physical hockey. And when Prior Lake and Shakopee are going at it, you're looking for these types of hits. Clean, shoulder to shoulder, and some big-time hits between two teams that never have liked each other very much in the long history of this rivalry. Prior Lake only 2 shots on goal the entire period. Levi Eider trying to flip that one across to Parker Wenkus. That saved by Owen Lundberg. One of just 2 he made in the period with that poke check, and one of just 6 shots on target from the Lakers that he's been tested with in total in this game. The Sabres outshot Prior Lake 8-2 in the period. They've got the 17-6 edge in the shots on goal department, and they've got a 2-0 lead courtesy of that Cooper Seegert goal assisted by Nate Pedersen, which came 66 seconds into the second period. One more left in the books, 17 minutes remaining. Shakopee 2, Prior Lake 0 in our Fox 9 Game of the Week. We'll have more action next here on the Fox 9 YouTube page.
Primary ENT and Allergy is proud to offer same and next day adult and pediatric services to the Shakopee, Prior Lake, and Savage communities. We are also the only ENT urgent care clinic in the entire Twin Cities. To schedule a visit with one of our providers for you or your family's ENT allergy or asthma needs, visit primaryent.com or text 952-395-2500.
Stroll the Wilds, where businesses meet neighbors.
Hi, I'm Melissa. I live in the Wilds now for 13 years with my family. I really enjoy getting the Stroll the Wilds magazine every month. Some neat articles about the families that live in our community, and I also really enjoy reading the travel section.
Supporting Stroll the Wilds allows homeowners to connect with their neighbors, all while giving Standard Heating the opportunity to showcase our services, our specials, and our incredible team to a brand new target audience.
Stroll the Wilds, where businesses meet neighbors. Call now to get started.
When it comes to protecting your valuables, you want both an agent who provides the highest level of customer service, as well as a company that has been #1 in home and auto insurance every year since 1942. Hi, I'm Mandy Vogt, your State Farm agent here in Prior Lake. Mandy Vogt State Farm features a fully licensed staff and a wealth of experience and product knowledge to help you and your family find the right coverage for your situation. Contact us, Mandy Vogt State Farm Insurance in Prior Lake, by visiting voteinsuranceMN.com or call 612-255-0941 today.
You've known McNerney Schmidt Funeral and Cremation as your friends, neighbors, and community members, providing exceptional service for grieving families during their time of loss. They provide traditional funerals, cremations, and memorial services, and can guide you through all the choices you may want to consider, including environmentally friendly options, celebrations of life, and more. You can always count on McNerney Schmidt for their guidance for all end-of-life planning. McNerney Schmidt Funeral and Cremation, proud supporters of Sabres Athletics.
Hey there, Shakopee sports fans. Are you looking to find your dream home or right-size your space? I'm Kathy Young with eXp Realty, and I specialize in making real estate dreams come true. I enjoy working with first-time home buyers, seniors that are looking for a home that fits their lifestyle, and families at all stages in between. Building strong, personalized relationships is my top priority, ensuring you feel confident and informed throughout the process. Let's make your real estate experience smooth and enjoyable. Contact me today and let's find the perfect home for you.
Shakopee Chevrolet have been serving the Shakopee community for over 60 years and are a proud supporter of Sabre High School and youth sports. When you choose Shakopee Chevrolet, you can count on an easy car buying experience with great selection, simplified pricing, and no gimmicks from a family-owned dealership that's cheering on the Sabres right with you. Visit their showroom on First Avenue in downtown Shakopee or visit ShakopeeChevrolet.com today. Go Sabres.
Are you a weekend warrior, a routine walker, an avid athlete, pickleball anyone, or a student athlete who just loves to play sports? At St. Francis Sports Medicine, they offer a comprehensive range of services to help you get back to your game pain-free and safely. They evaluate and treat most sports injuries with personalized care plans that suit your specific sport and style of play. Don't let sports injuries keep you from doing what you love. See how St. Francis can help you and visit stfrancis-shakopee.com.
A good neighbor would give you a cup of sugar if you asked. At True Stone Financial, we don't have any sugar, but we will give you up to $350 when you switch to a True Stone checking account. It's true, because we're True Stone.
It's not just any day. It's your day off. A chance to reset, to recharge. A day to lace up, stretch out, and dive into what ignites your soul. This day is all about you, living life at your summit.
Hi, I'm Katie O'Dean, owner of the Katie O'Dean State Farm Agency, and we are your local Shakopee community members who care deeply about our neighbors. We pride ourselves on educating our customers to make good insurance decisions specific for their needs within their budget. To learn more about our fantastic team, check out our Google reviews where our policyholders will tell you firsthand about their experience working with the O'Dean Insurance Team. Call, text, click, or stop by today for a complimentary State Farm auto, home, business, life, or supplemental health insurance quote.
At Luther Burnsville Hyundai, we're more than just the South Metro's top Hyundai dealer. We care about the community we serve. That's why we're excited every time a young student gets behind the wheel for the first time. We also take pride in selling safe, reliable vehicles for kids and families, because we want everyone driving to practice, games, or concerts to arrive safe and sound. At Luther Burnsville Hyundai, we take pride in serving the community and are proud to support high school activities.
For over 22 years, Chad and Sarah Hubner with Edina Realty have been your trusted experts in the Prior Lake, Savage, and Shakopee communities. As full-time agents, they offer complete focus and dedication to your real estate journey, ensuring nothing is overlooked. Their extensive experience with all property types and market conditions guarantees you personalized and exceptional service. From staging and professional photography to social media presence and exclusive access to Edina Realty's non-MLS database, Chad and Sarah provide a wide range of services. Visit chadandsarah.com LakerAthletic.com today. Chad and Sarah are also proud supporters of Laker athletics and high school sports.
Everyone deserves to feel comfortable in their skin, whether it's acne, rashes, concerns about skin cancer, or any other kind of skin problem. Darabi Dermatology is the place for medical, surgical, and cosmetic dermatology. You can trust Dr. Darabi, who is triple board certified to treat almost any skin health condition, and nurse practitioner Kendall Zeidler, who has extensive dermatology experience. Getting an appointment is quick and simple with online self-scheduling and usually results in an appointment either the week of or the following week. Visit DarabiDermatology.com and be seen without waiting months for an appointment.
Heartland Service and Tire is your one-stop shop for all vehicle maintenance and repairs. Locally owned and operated, Heartland Service and Tire works on all makes and models. Located at 232 South Marshall Road in Shakopee, you can expect a friendly and welcoming atmosphere while our certified trusted experts provide exceptional service. This winter, Shakopee Sabres score big at Heartland Service and Tire. Now valid through the end of March. Schedule your appointment today with Heartland Service and Tire at 232 South Marshall Road in Shakopee.
Is your child struggling with learning, emotional, or behavior challenges? This does not mean you have a bad kid. Instead, it may be time to take a brain-based perspective of why with the clinically proven Brain Blossom program. Exclusively offered at Delightful Chiropractic in Shakopee, Dr. Kristen Hager is a certified pediatric chiropractor partnering gentle care with the brain-based games and exercises of the Brain Blossom program. Scan the QR code on the screen or visit delightfulchiropractic.com to learn more.
There are lots of reasons to want a big backyard. At Truestone Home Mortgage, we all agree dog birthday party is at the top. Great home loans, expert help, and a focus on what matters to you. It's true, because we're Truestone.
Wilds, where businesses meet neighbors.
Hi, I'm Melissa. I live in the Wilds now for 13 years with my family. I really enjoy getting the Stroll the Wilds magazine every month. Some neat articles about the families that live in our community, and I also really enjoy reading the travel section.
Supporting Stroll the Wilds allows homeowners to connect with their neighbors, all while giving Standard Heating the opportunity to showcase our services, our specials, and our incredible team to a brand new target audience.
Stroll the Wilds, where businesses meet neighbors. Call now to get started.
Primary ENT and Allergy is proud to offer same and next day adult and pediatric services to the Shakopee, Prior Lake, and Savage communities. We are also the only ENT urgent care clinic in the entire Twin Cities. To schedule a visit with one of our providers for you or your family's ENT allergy or asthma needs, visit primaryent.com or text 952-395-2500.
McNerney Schmidt Funeral and Cremation as your friends, neighbors, and community members, providing exceptional service for grieving families during their time of loss. They provide traditional funerals, cremations, and memorial services, and can guide you through all the choices you may want to consider, including environmentally friendly options, celebrations of life, and more. You can always count on McNerney Schmidt for their guidance for all end-of-life planning. McNerney Schmidt Funeral and Cremation, proud supporters of Sabres Athletics.
Hi, I'm Katie O'Dean, owner of the Katie O'Dean State Farm Agency, and we are your local Shakopee community members who care deeply about our neighbors. We pride ourselves on educating our customers to make good insurance decisions specific for their needs within their budget. To learn more about our fantastic team, check out our Google reviews where our policyholders will tell you firsthand about their experience working with the O'Dean Insurance Team. Call, text, click, or stop by today for a complimentary State Farm auto, home, business, life, or supplemental health insurance quote.
Back inside the DAC here in Prior Lake, the visiting Sabres with a 2-0 advantage. Shakopee looks to close out a comfortable win here in the final 17 minutes. Prior Lake trying to spoil the party and one goal at a time at least make it a tense finish for the 8th-ranked Sabres, who look to improve to 3-1 on the season and are trying to hang Prior Lake their first loss in the young 24-25 season after a 2-0 start. Matt Dean with you here as we welcome you back into our Fox 9 Game of the Week every Tuesday right here on the Fox 9 YouTube page. We got a different, great matchup in high school sports coming your way. We mentioned it the last period, but next Tuesday we will be out at Providence Academy, where Lakeville North and Madden Greenway and the Lions of Providence Academy face off in girls basketball. Should be a good one. We'll be bringing you that one right here, same time, same place, Tuesday night at 7 p.m. So I'm Matt Dean. Our producer tonight is Curtis Jolin. Pat Balvance and Chris Nigber are camera operators with you here on our Fox 9 broadcast. Lakers travel right to left. Levi Eider going up against Dalen Klein. Matchup of top Lions to start out the third period. One by the Sabres. Flipped in and a backhander by Cooper Simpson. Away we go here in the third. 2 goals, both by the Sabres. Just 2 penalties in the game. Both were first period infractions. And what's been a fast and physically played game. Eider walks it out in front, and a big save they made by Lundberg. Kind of blocker side. It looked like it snuck around the blocker and caught him kind of halfway up the right forearm. Now Simpson carries it through and slashes one forward here. Falls through to Leckler. Only the 7th save that Lundberg has had to make back there. It is his 3rd start of the year. He last made the start at Rogers a week ago from this past Saturday. There's this one. Shot is tipped wide and then off the glass. There's getting in front of it was Will Youngberg with a defensive stick. Now Youngberg will step in and pick it up. 4th varsity season for the now senior Will Youngberg. Plays it forward and it gets all the way through to Mason Vogel. It is number 37. We're in the assistant captain's A. Sabres were caught in an offside position. 15:46 left to go. Lundberg, if he can finish off the shutout, it would be his 2nd in 3 starts to begin his Sabre career. A recent move into Shakopee as there's walking it out in front, attempting to Tristan Wasson-Gesso. He entered the day. Wasson-Gesso leading the Sabres with 7 points. They'll call for a whistle as Nate Pedersen had gotten stapled up against the boards just past the Prior Lake bench. They're going to call Pedersen for a hold. And the Sabres up 2 goals. Now head out on the penalty kill here. And the door cracks open a peek here for Prior Lake with a chance to get back in the game on special teams. So 15.5 minutes left to go. Lakers going a 2-minute power play. That's officially in the book as an interference call on Pedersen. Lakers 0 for 1 today in the power play. They are now 0 for 9 with the skater advantage to start the season. The Sabres, conversely, a perfect 8 for 8 on the kill to start the season. And the Sabres have looked dangerous on the kill scoring. Klein gets down the ice in a blink of an eye and shuttles it out front there for Tristan Wasson-Gesso. Klein can really wheel. And he has shown it a couple of times in the penalty kill, showing that the Sabres down a man are still a threat to score. Here it's picked up off the pinch from Klein, and Cooper Simpson will skate back with it, allowing some of his teammates to change lines. Siegert and Chase jump out of the ice here in the kill. 50 seconds killed off for the Sabres, and they've looked the more dangerous team in terms of scoring chances. It flipped all the way back to Leckler. He wanted to cast it aside and keep play moving, but the puck iced for long enough in the eyes of the officials, and it's coming back here into the Lakers' defensive zone as Prior Lake still try to set things up here. Levi Eider losing the draw to Peyton Chase. Sabres will have to go back to retrieve it in their own zone. Youngberg across to Kolchin, who's in his 3rd year of varsity hockey. Experienced blue line for the Sabres and experienced team up and down the ice. Levi Eider carries it out through some pressure and skates into the zone now for the Lakers. Eider shoots it off the skates of Youngberg, clips wide out to the corner. Trying to keep it moving was Parker Wenkes. It fell to Youngberg. He clears end to end. 30 seconds remaining, just over that here in this Prior Lake power play. 14 minutes, just over that, left now in the third period. 2-0 Sabres. A first period goal from Landon Huh and a second period lamplighter from Cooper Siegert. Siegert and Pettersson with multi-point efforts as Eider cashed that wide. It might have just glanced off the blocker there of Lundberg, but I think it missed the target. Sabres clear it with 9 seconds left to go in the skater advantage now for Prior Lake. 13:40 left to play here, third period. The score line not commanding for Shakopee, but the game flow and the zone time have really been in favor of the Sabres here tonight. Flipped back in by Jacob Lee, who's in his third year of varsity hockey. A swing liner the last couple of years. Early this season, Lee, number 26 for the Sabres, just seems to have established himself as a full-time varsity player and anchoring one of the wing spots on that third line centered by Ben Box. 13 minutes left to go here as Carson Steinhoff picks it back up here for the Sabres. Steinhoff, a goal and 2 assists in Saturday's performance against Gentry. A guy who led the team in assists with 34 of them last year as a sophomore. He's got it behind the cage. No forecheck pressure coming for the Lakers as we're back to even strength hockey. And still the Lakers kind of sit back in that 2-2-1 trap. Steinhoff with a 2-0 lead for Shakopee. He's very content to sit with it. Eventually plays it out and Stevens will dump it in. We're going to say that left the field of play for a moment. This is coming back to the neutral zone for a face-off with 12:29 left to go. That's a lot of respect for the Sabres. Down 2, third period, and they don't go into the forecheck. We'll see if that continues from head coach Joe Pankratz and the Lakers. Coach Pankratz in his 16th season in charge of Prior Lake. Had a winning season in 7 of the last 10 years. Last year finished just at 500, 12 wins, 12 losses, and 2 ties. Here's it's won back by Prior Lake. Still some pushing and shoving, and I think some of the equipment is tied up there between Jack Colchin and his Laker counterpart. Somebody's sweater or got tied up into Colchin's mask. There were certainly some verbal jarring. Some fans wanted a bit of a call here. I think this was just a little bit more of an awkward situation than anything. Jake Ritten. There was some pushing and shoving, but something was stuck together. Those guys could not physically separate themselves with the tie-up of the equipment. So a little bit of pushing. I'm surprised to see a penalty being assessed here. Colchin's going to the box. They still have the Lakers side of the box open, so I think Ritten is going to be the one written up here in the book if that's the case for Prior Lake. They still got that gate open. And Coach Pankratz finally being directed by the head official, look, you're not going to get away with this one. Give us number 9. So there goes Ritten. It'll be canceling out minor penalties, presumably, for Colchin and Ritten. 12 minutes, 4 seconds left to play here in the third. It'll stay 5-on-5 hockey with the coincidental minors. Neutral zone face-off won by the Lakers. Tipped forward by Bernard. That roughing the call. The 2 minors cancel out here in the third, and we stay at 5-on-5. Carson Steinhoff carves one around up the wall. Top defenseman, varsity player since he was in the 8th grade. Shakopee defenseman, and that one snapped wide there, jumping off the stick of the Sabre co-captain Cooper Simpson. Him and Steinhoff wear the C's for the Sabres. That one shot in toward the chest of Lundberg, off the stick, zipping in by Levi Eider. 11 minutes, 23 seconds left to go. That is just the 8th shot on target for Prior Lake here tonight. 2 in the third period. The Sabres have just 1 shot in on Jet Leckler so far here in the third. They've got the 18-8 edge in shots on the night. It's Swept out of the zone by Siegert after it was rimming in around the wall. And it leaks back in ahead into the offensive zone for the Lakers. It looks like Mason Stevens was the one who had edged offside there for Prior Lake. 11 minutes, 16 seconds left to go. This will come back to neutral ice here at Dakota. And Nate Pedersen, who we mentioned is a recent commit to Miami of Ohio, number 22 for the Sabres. He played over the summer for the Team USA under-17s team that competed in the Five Nations tournament in Slovakia. Came away with a medal with that experience. Cooper Simpson, who's headed to North Dakota, is a year ahead of Pedersen. The now senior, he played in that tournament for Team USA last year and competed in the competition for the older Team USA squad that went up to Canada this past summer. That was Pedersen trying to take the center ice draw. He'll do it again here up against Jackson George, the senior for Prior Lake. Pedersen's going to be kicked out, and Peyton Chase will step in. Chase in his second season with Shakopee after transferring in from Chaska. Loses the draw. Chase's stick, it looked like, was tied up down near the skates of Jackson George. Laker fans wanted a call. No harm, no foul. Lakers enter the zone up the left side with Mason Stevens. Still a loose puck battled for in the corner. Clipped up ahead to Cooper Siegert. He's got Chase ahead to his right. Nice job by Chase to stay on side, I thought. Siegert enters the zone. They're actually making a motion over for a penalty, and Nate Pedersen is going to hit the box now for Shakopee, and it's going to be another power play here for the Lakers. Their second of the period and third of the game. So Pedersen, with 10:39 left to play in the third, is in the box now for Shakopee. And the Lakers back on the power play. Eider fires, bounces back out to the slot, and it's cleared. It's a slash against Pedersen. And the Sabres back on the kill, where they have not ceded a power play goal yet this year in 10 tries. And the Lakers, as we mentioned, are trying to snap out of a now 0 for 10 on the year. That's 9 for 9 now for the Sabres on the kill. And icing the call here in Prior Lake. 31 seconds ticked off here on the power play for the Lakers, who, as we said, Shakopee have been the favored team in this matchup the last 2 years. But in each of the last 2 years, Prior Lake, despite being the underdogs, have found a way to upend Shakopee in at least one of those matchups. They played 3 times in the regular season 2 years ago. Shakopee beat the Lakers 6-3 on home ice, and then at 5-1 again in the rematch before the Lakers came back to Shakopee to upend the Sabres 4-1 in that meeting. Sabres would have the last laugh with a 3-1 section quarterfinal win. At the time, that was Shakopee's first ever section playoff victory as a Class AA program. Here it's flipped forward now for Cooper Siegert. 45 seconds left on this Laker power play. Siegert tries to center it, broken up and shuttled forward from Bernard to Levine. Levine gives it away. Siegert walks it back in the zone now for Shakopee. Siegert peels back on the left side. 30 seconds left of a skater advantage for Prior Lake. Forward up the right side, and here goes Eider. Eider walking it behind the cage. He was looking to maybe center it to Levine, stayed with it and gets the cycle going. Levine tries to stuff it out in front, cleared wide after Lundberg paddled aside the near side lane. 10 seconds left in the Prior Lake power play. They get it up high to Levine. He fires wide, and a rebound tipped in by the Lakers. Bryce Lovett, the sophomore, was Johnny on the spot, and Prior Lake, it'll be a Levine primary assist. Claps one wide, a hearty bounce off the end boards that Bryce Lovett steers in for his second of the year. This will make things interesting down the stretch. Plenty of time left. 8:44 left to go. Levine, by design possibly, uses the Hardy end boards to bank one in on Lovett, who steers it home.
Rice. Lovett. Assist to number 27, Levine, and number 19, Gavin Lynn. That's Lovett from Levine and Lynn on the power play. Time of the goal, 8:16, third period.
8:16, the time of the goal. Lovett from Levine to make it 2-1 with the Lakers on the board. And now Dalen Klein skating it through the neutral zone. Oh, he makes a nice move inside, tries to stuff it short side. Save and a cover by Locklear. And that's a momentum-changing stop on the other end. If Klein splits two defenders like that and finishes past Leckler, all the energy that just got brought back in the building, that gets sucked away in an instant. 8:05 left to go. Big stop from Leckler. He's made some big saves here to keep Prior Lake hanging around. Stays at 2-1, 19-9. The shots still favoring Shakopee. Skated up the right side by Nicholas Selly. Sophomore, or rather the junior, tries to get it around Carson Steinhoff. On the second effort, he picks it up for the Sabres. Across to his D partner. Johnson walks into the zone, steered aside of the paddle, dropped up high for Box. And a big left pad save made by Leckler, stopping Box of what would have been his third goal this season. Two big saves after the goal scored by Prior Lake for their netminder. Nice show of skill there from Levine, who had the primary assist in the last goal. Stevens dumped it back in. Now it's skated up ahead here by the Sabres. Couple of toe drag moves with it. Box was trying to make the move. Youngberg couldn't get the steam on the slap shot. Now the Lakers with some numbers. Eider will steam forward and carry it out wide for Prior Lake. Eider walks it in off the shoulder of Lundberg and cleared. And a whistle as the goal just became jarred there on that near side post. 7:03 left to go. It looked like that puck had been cleared of the danger area, but Prior Lake probably were not pleased with the whistle. It was the right call. The goal was just coming off its mooring. And still an offensive zone faceoff for the Lakers. The ice tilted this way a little bit. Sabres had a couple of good scoring chances following the Prior Lake goal, but weren't able to stuff it past Jet Leckler. And Eider's going to be kicked out of the faceoff circle here as he's trying to draw down with Nate Pedersen. Instead, it's Mario Bernard, the senior assistant captain. And Bernard loses it here to Pedersen. In behind where Parker Winkus battles now for Prior Lake. Clipped through and picked up by Jack Colchin for Shakopee. 6:50 left to go. Colchin shovels it forward, and it's just ahead of Chase. Ritten will pick it up here for Prior Lake. Cleared off the window and through to Steinhoff. Good step up by Eider. He's played a great game for Prior Lake. Up ahead to Siegert. Left side looking. Chase dragging, shooting. Hopped over the pads there after a save from Leckler. Puck still loose out there in the slot. And whacked at by Siegert. Somehow it doesn't go into the back of the net. Oh, what a scramble there from Prior Lake. Shakopee are going to be caught just guessing and wondering how that didn't find its way into the back of the net. A great initial save from Leckler, and then a loose puck just off to his left. The Sabres just couldn't find. 6 minutes left to go, and it stays a 2-1 hockey game with the Sabres in front. Dropped up high to Jackson Johnson. Across Youngberg, he fired, hoping for a tip out front. In there from Tristan Wasson-Gesso. Instead, it's in behind with Simpson. Simpson tries to center, blocked out there by Eider. We'll have a whistle, and I believe it's going to be Eider that'll be sent to the penalty box here on this last stoppage. And 5:44 left to go. We'll see who they get. Eider hopped over the bench. Oh, they're just going to reset it here at neutral ice. 5:44 left to go. Klein wins the draw for Shakopee, and Simpson will flip it forward. Tristan Pownall gets to it first. Pownall can't skate it out, gave it up to Klein. In behind goes Simpson. Lost it off the poke check there from Pownall. Pownall wears the assistant captain A, third-year varsity player and the second lead returning scorer for a Laker team that lost nearly 70% of their scoring from that 500 team last year. Pownall had 10 points, including 2 goals a season ago, the now senior defenseman. Written across to the aforementioned Pownall. He links up here at center ice with Gavin Lynn. Walks it in and tries to skate it out around Landon Hull, one of the 2 goal scorers for Shakopee here tonight. Hull's first 2 varsity points have come in the last 2 games for Shakopee. His first goal tonight. Hull was an occasional varsity player jumping up from JV last year as a freshman. Big hit on Stevens. No calls. They've let him be physical here tonight. Jacob Lee has it. 4.5 minutes left to go. Just over that in the third period. Prior Lake getting on the board here in this third as Lovett was able to notch one home off a rebound off the end boards, initially shot in by Levine. Icing called against the Sabres. Both teams will take some opportunities here to change out lines. And a defensive zone faceoff from a Sabre perspective coming up to Owen Lundberg's left. Nate Pedersen tries to go for the drop here for Shakopee. Falls back to the point. Pownall has it poked off his stick by Chase, and here comes Siegert. Siegert tried to switch back toward his backhand and throw it out front. Good back checking there from Bernard Scher and the Lakers. Shot from the point. A lot of traffic. Initial save made by Leckler. He lost it, and it was just sitting there on the weak side before falling back in behind the goal line. And another whistle that brings the play back out to the neutral zone. 4 minutes and 5 seconds left to play. And this is coming back here into the Sabres' own defensive zone. Calvin Simons getting the explanation. They've done this a couple of times where they hold up the play and blow the whistle and then bring it back out to neutral. And the centerman Levi Eider winning it up against Pedersen that time. Big hit there off the boards. Loose puck fell to Jack Colchin, who leads the rush for the Sabres. Siegert across. One-timer by Chase. Did get the full steam on the shot. Pedersen was the Sabre who had been taken out of the play after that scramble that saw him go tumbling into the boards. Nice job by Siegert to hold the line. He'll drop it off high to Colchin. Clips around Bernard and now carried out here by Levi Eider. Eider tries to toe drag around Colchin and then a retrieval in from Pedersen, who looks fine after being shaken up. Centered out front. Dangerous loose puck. Cleared out by the Sabres. Jacob Thomas was the one waiting on the doorstep there for Prior Lake. Great push for the Lakers here in the third. 3 minutes, 15 seconds left to go. Time not on the side of the home team right now. Down a goal here to 8th-ranked Shakopee. Simpson up the left side into the zone. He's got Klein to his right. Tries to snap off a shot. Good tie up there by Jake Ritten, the junior defenseman. Sabres hold the zone. Simpson goes headhunting here from just at the bottom of the circle and missed the mark. I don't think Simpson's had a shot on goal yet today, and a little bit off kilter from one of the best in the business. Going back to that hit earlier that sent Pedersen crashing into the wall. 2 minutes and 53 seconds left to go here in period number 3. This is Klein, Wasson, Gesso, and Simpson, the forwards on the ice. And the line centered by Lind, the third line with Lovett and Thomas winning the draw for Prior Lake. Wasson Gesso has it ahead of the Prior Lake bench. Drop back Steinhoff and then Johnson. Tipped in by Klein. So icing waved off. It's in deep. Jake Ritten will flutter it forward for Thomas. Gets it up as far as the scorer's table where it's knifed back in by Steinhoff and the Sabres. Settled onto by Tristan Pownall, the assistant captain. Just over 2 minutes left to play here at the Dakota Ice Arena. Swung out wide here for Lind. Lind tries to walk it in around Steinhoff, the sturdy defenseman, as we've talked about, playing in his 4th varsity season already as a junior. He made the stop. Here comes Simpson. Enters the zone up the right side. Kick back to Johnson. The defenseman brings it in around the boards for Simpson. He keeps the cycle going here back up to the near side half wall. Box. Can't get it off of Lovett. Drops it back for Pownall. Nice move to shake off the forechecker. Through to Eider. Poke check free by Lee to get it back into the zone. Broken back up by Eider. Always feet moving for number 15 for Prior Lake. In behind with Shakopee into their own zone. 90 seconds left. Will Prior Lake elect to pull the goaltender? You'd think that's coming sooner rather than later. Minute 20 left to go. They got to get the puck back first. Lee will lose it here to Wilmert. Wilmert shells it forward here to Bernard. Try to get it forward to Eider. Still staying camped between his posts is Locklear. And the Sabres have it right back. You see a little bit of some tenseness by Joe Pankratz on the bench. The staff are looking like they're getting ready to tell the extra attacker to jump back on the ice. 60 seconds left to go. It remains 2-1 Sabres. They got to find that puck into the corner and fast. Levine battling, walked out here by the Sabres and shuttled across by Nate Pedersen. Offline, Sabres can play keep away here. They'll elect to dump for a line change. Steinhoff dumps it in with 40 seconds left to go. Locklear with no real pressure on him. Just hangs on to that with the trapper. And that'll allow both teams to change lines. Maybe that's the way they wanted to do it. Allows Coach Pankratz to take the timeout and draw something up, but you can draw up a play. You got to win the faceoff to do it. 40.6 seconds left to go. A 2-1 Sabre lead. A look at head coach Joe Pankratz, as we said, in his 16th season. Prior Lake, they were .500 last year. They still competed in a pretty tough South Suburban Conference, finishing 4th. It is the 7th time in the last 9 seasons Prior Lake's finished among the top 4 in the South Suburban Conference. They went 10-5-1 in league play, but 12-12-2 in the regular season as a whole, where they played a pretty tough schedule. And Coach Pankratz, of course, was the head coach when Prior Lake went to state for the first time in 2022. He's taken them to 3 section finals otherwise as the Prior Lake head coach. Bloomington Jefferson alum. He was part of that legendary 1992 state championship team with the Jaguars, and a 98 graduate of the University of Minnesota, where he played with the Gophers after a stint in the USHL. Good hockey guy and committed to Prior Lake, where he's spent nearly 2 decades now as the head coach of the Lakers. Trying to draw something up. As we said, the face-off win, a key component here for Prior Lake. Defensive zone face-off, so they won't come out with an empty net. Levi Eider's been their best face-off guy, trying to go up against Nate Pedersen here for the Sabres. Eider able to draw it down to the corner. 38 seconds left to go. Wilmert plays it up the left side around Simpson, but it falls back to Steinhoff. Bouncing puck sent in deep. 30 seconds left to go with the Lakers down a goal. Here comes Eider, carrying it through neutral. The Laker captain will bank one in, head for himself. Lundberg will jump off his line and go back to play it. Simpson battling for it to the near side half boards. Sent in deep now by Bernard. Lakers battling behind the cage with Lovett. 10 seconds left here in regulation. 2-1. Shakopee's got the lead. They wedge it out and get it through to Cooper Siegert. Tries to go around Levine. Carves it forward. 2 seconds, and that will send us to the end of the third period. Shakopee hangs on for the 2-1 win. That was maybe closer than some expected, but in a rivalry matchup with your bitter border opponent, nothing is a given, and Shakopee knows it. They will be happy with the result. A 2-1 victory over Prior Lake here tonight in our Fox 9 game of the week. Final shot totals, and Shakopee 24 and Prior Lake 11. The Sabres had 7 third period shots to Prior Lake's 5, and the final score ends as a 2-1 victory for the Shakopee Sabres here in this one. The goal scorers quickly as we wrap this one up here from the Dakota Ice Center. Landon Huh scored at 6:43 of the first period, assisted to Siegert and Pettersson on a 6-on-5 empty net goal for the Sabres with the delayed penalty. Cooper Siegert made it 2-0 a minute and 6 seconds into the second, assisted by Nate Pettersson to make it 2-zip. Shakopee. Prior Lake getting on the board at 8:16 of the third period. Bryce Lovett scoring on a scramble out in front off the initial shot, turned in by Levine to make it a 2-1 game. It made it a tense finish, but the Sabres hang on with a 2-1 victory to go to 3-1 on the season. The 8th-ranked team in the state, led by 2-point performances from Nate Pettersson and Cooper Siegert. Siegert gets the game-winning goal tonight. Him and Pettersson, both with 8 points on the season, lead the Sabres. And congrats to Landon Huh, his first varsity goal in a Shakopee Sabre uniform in this one. From our producer, Curtis Jolin, our camera operators, Pat Balvance and Chris Nigber, I'm Matt Dean signing out. Sabres victorious over rivals Prior Lake. They'll get back at it on Thursday in conference play at Apple Valley, Burnsville. Prior Lake will turn things around and place 6th-ranked Matamidi on the radar, Class A foe that they will face off against here at home on Thursday night. We'll talk to you next Tuesday. Providence Academy hosting Lakeville North in a great girls basketball matchup. Until then, we're signing out from the Dakota Ice Center, where the Sabres top the Lakers 2-1 in our Fox 9 prep game of the week.
Primary ENT and Allergy is proud to offer same and next day adult and pediatric services to the Shakopee, Prior Lake, and Savage communities. We are also the only ENT urgent care clinic in the entire Twin Cities. To schedule a visit with one of our providers for you or your family's ENT allergy or asthma needs, visit primaryent.com or text 952-395-2500.
Stroll the Wilds, where businesses meet neighbors.
Hi, I'm Melissa. I live in the Wilds now for 13 years with my family. I really enjoy getting the Stroll the Wilds magazine every month. Some neat articles about the families that live in our community, and I also really enjoy reading the travel section.
Supporting Stroll the Wilds allows homeowners to connect with their neighbors, all while giving Standard Heating the opportunity to showcase our services, our specials, and our incredible team to a brand new target audience.
Stroll the Wilds, where businesses meet neighbors. Call now to get started.
You've known McNerney-Schmidt Funeral and Cremation as your friends, neighbors, and community members, providing exceptional service for grieving families during their time of loss. They provide traditional funerals, cremations, and memorial services, and can guide you through all the choices you may want to consider, including environmentally friendly options, celebrations of life, and more. You can always count on McNerney Schmidt for their guidance for all end-of-life planning. McNerney Schmidt Funeral and Cremation, proud supporters of Sabres Athletics.
Hey there, Shakopee sports fans. Are you looking to find your dream home or right-size your space? I'm Kathy Young with eXp Realty, and I specialize in making real estate dreams come true. I enjoy working with first-time home buyers, seniors that are looking for a home that fits their lifestyle, and families at all stages in between. Building strong, personalized relationships is my top priority, ensuring you feel confident and informed throughout the process. Let's make your real estate experience smooth and enjoyable. Contact me today and let's find the perfect home for you.
When it comes to protecting your valuables, you want both an agent who provides the highest level of customer service, as well as a company that has been #1 in home and auto insurance every year since 1942. Hi, I'm Mandy Vogt, your State Farm agent here in Prior Lake. Mandy Vogt State Farm features a fully licensed staff and a wealth of experience and product knowledge to help you and your family find the right coverage for your situation. Contact us, Mandy Vogt State Farm Insurance in Prior Lake, by visiting voteinsuranceMN.com or call 612-255-0941 today.
Are you a weekend warrior, a routine walker, an avid athlete, pickleball anyone, or a student athlete who just loves to play sports? At St. Francis Sports Medicine, they offer a comprehensive range of services to help you get back to your game pain-free and safely. They evaluate and treat most sports injuries with personalized care plans that suit your specific sport and style of play. Don't let sports injuries keep you from doing what you love. See how St. Francis can help you and visit stfrancis-shakopee.com.
Shakopee Chevrolet have been serving the Shakopee community for over 60 years and are a proud supporter of Sabre High School and youth sports. When you choose Shakopee Chevrolet, you can count on an easy car buying experience with great selection, simplified pricing, and no gimmicks from a